Hey everybody, it's Jeff at 650 Cycle. It's January in mid-Michigan, which means that riding season is pretty much over. Usually don't get back to it until around March time frame. Um, so what do we do in the meantime? We do some projects that we wouldn't normally get to because we're busy riding. What I have in store for this bike, this is my Honda GL 650. I want to put a fairing mounted radio in this, a factory Honda Clarion radio. Um, and I want to mount it on this fairing. This fairing was used by Honda on all their bikes, Goldwing, Silverwing, CBs. This is the fairing that was there. The difference is in the mounting and how it mounts to the bike. The fairing itself mounts to the frame, to whatever mounting frame you have, in the same manner. So there are some slight differences, but for the most part, if you've got a fairing, that's how it comes off the bike. Whether it's a Honda or a Vetter or whatever it might be, there's a frame that mounts to the bike and then the fairing mounts to that frame. So what I want to do today is I want to just take this fairing off of this bike. It's a pretty easy process, so let me walk you through it. All right, regardless of what bike you're on, you more than likely have these lower skirts. They're mounted differently for different bikes, but they're a pretty easy step to get off. This one has one, two, three Phillips head screws that hold it into the mounting frame that I was talking about. Once those are off, then the bolts that hold the actual fairing on can be exposed. And let me pull that off, and then we'll get to that. All right, I've pulled that lower skirt off. You can see it's missing now. And what we have left that we need to take apart, you need a 10 millimeter socket or wrench, and either two of them or a wrench and a socket, because you've got a bolt on one of them. What we have are these right here, which hold it on the underside. You have a 10 millimeter bolt holding through a stud there and there on each side. And then coming up here around the front, we've got these bolts on this front support bracket. There's one there and one there, and those have to come off. This is the bolt, so you need something to hold the nut on the back side, but they're both 10 millimeter and should be 10 millimeter. Doesn't mean that it hasn't been changed over the years. So let me pop those, and then we'll pop the fairing right off the bike.